Welcome to my Passion Travel channel, a channel specializing in street food and travel. Boulfaf, grilled lamb or liver wrapped in caul fat. To prepare boulfaf, you'll need the following ingredients. Lamb or lamb liver, approximately 500 grams to 1 kilogram. Caul fat, also known as lace fat or crepine. Spices for the marinade, such as cumin, paprika, coriander, garlic, saffron, quantities to taste. Salt and pepper to taste olive oil or vegetable oil for grilling instructions. Prepare the meat. Cut the lamb into small, bite-sized pieces or cubes. If using liver, cut it into similar-sized pieces. Marinate the meat. In a mixing bowl, combine the lamb liver pieces with the spices of your choice. Traditional Moroccan spices for boulfaf may include a mixture of cumin, paprika, coriander, garlic, and saffron. Add salt and pepper according to your taste preference. You can adjust the quantities of spices based on your liking and the amount of meat you have. Make sure the pieces are well coated with the spices. Allow the meat to marinate for at least 30 minutes to an hour in the refrigerator to let the flavors infuse. Prepare the caul fat. Soak the caul fat in cold water for about 30 minutes. This helps to soften it and make it more pliable for wrapping. Wrap the meat in caul fat. Remove the caul fat from the water and gently pat it dry with paper towels. Cut the caul fat into pieces large enough to wrap each piece of marinated meat. Take each marinated piece of meat and wrap it with a piece of caul fat, ensuring that it covers the meat entirely. Grilling. Preheat the grill or barbecue to medium-high heat. Brush the grill grates lightly with olive oil or vegetable oil to prevent sticking. Place the wrapped meat on the grill and cook for several minutes on each side until the meat is cooked to your desired level of doneness. The caul fat will melt and crisp up while cooking, imparting flavor and moisture to the meat. Serve. Once cooked, remove the boulfaf from the grill and serve it hot. Garnish with additional spices or fresh herbs if desired. Kefta Mkaouara. Meatballs in a tomato-based sauce, often served with bread. Kefta Mkaouara, also known as kefta tagini, is a classic Moroccan dish made with seasoned meatballs, kefta, cooked in a spiced tomato and pepper sauce. It's a flavorful and comforting dish commonly enjoyed in Morocco. Here's a basic recipe to prepare Kefta Mkaouara. Ingredients for kefta: meatballs, 500 grams, ground beef or lamb, or a mix of both, 1 small onion, finely grated 2, 3 cloves of garlic, minced 1 teaspoon ground, cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon ground coriander, salt and pepper. To taste, chopped fresh parsley or cilantro for garnish. For the tomato and pepper sauce, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 onion, finely chopped 2, 3 cloves of garlic, minced 2, 3 ripe tomatoes, peeled and diced or canned diced tomatoes, 1 red bell pepper, diced 1 green bell pepper, diced 1 teaspoon ground, cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, salt and pepper. To taste, fresh parsley or cilantro for garnish instructions. Prepare the kefta meatballs. In a mixing bowl, combine the ground meat, finely grated onion, minced garlic, ground cumin, paprika, ground coriander, salt, and pepper. Mix the ingredients well until evenly combined. Shape the meat mixture into small meatballs or cylindrical shapes, kefta. Set aside. Make the tomato and pepper sauce. Heat olive oil in a large skillet or tagan over medium heat. Add the chopped onion and cook until softened. Add the minced garlic and cook for another minute until fragrant. Stir in the diced tomatoes and cook until they start to break down and release their juices. Add the diced red and green bell peppers to the skillet tagine and cook for a few minutes until they begin to soften. Season the sauce with ground cumin, paprika, ground cinnamon, salt, and pepper. Stir well to incorporate the spices. Cook the kefta in the sauce. Gently place the shaped meatballs, kefta, into the tomato and pepper sauce, arranging them evenly in the skillet tagine. Cover the skillet tagine and let the kefta simmer in the sauce for about 20-25 minutes, or until the meatballs are cooked through and the sauce has thickened slightly. Serve. Once the kefta is cooked, garnish with chopped fresh parsley or cilantro. Serve the Kefta Mkaouara hot, directly from the skillet tagine. Couscous, a staple Moroccan dish made from steamed semolina grains, usually served with vegetables, meat, and a flavorful broth. Couscous is a staple dish in Moroccan cuisine and widely enjoyed across North Africa and other parts of the world. It consists of tiny steamed balls of durum wheat semolina and serves as a versatile base for various toppings, stews, or as a side dish. Here is a basic guide on how to prepare couscous. Ingredients: couscous, usually about 1 cup per serving. Water or broth, olive oil or butter, optional. Salt, optional. Instructions: prepare the couscous. Start by placing the couscous in a large bowl. Moisten the couscous. In a separate pot, heat water or broth to a boil. The typical ratio for couscous is 1 cup of couscous to 1.5 cups of liquid, but it can vary based on the specific type of couscous. Follow package instructions for the correct ratio. You can add a pinch of salt and a drizzle of olive oil or a small amount of butter to the boiling liquid for extra flavor. This step is optional, but enhances the taste. Pour the liquid over the couscous. Once the liquid reaches a boil, carefully pour it over the couscous in the bowl. Ensure that all the couscous is evenly moistened. Cover and let it steam. Cover the bowl tightly with a lid, foil, or plastic wrap. Let the couscous sit and steam for about 5-10 minutes. During this time, the couscous grains will absorb the liquid and become fluffy. Fluff the couscous. After steaming, use a fork to fluff the couscous, separating any clumps. This step helps to achieve a light and fluffy texture. Serve. Couscous can be served immediately as a side dish, alongside stews, grilled meats, or vegetables. It can also be used as a base for various toppings, such as saucy tagines, vegetables, or roasted meats. Harira, a flavorful soup made with tomatoes, lentils, chickpeas, and various spices. Harira is a traditional Moroccan soup that is not only flavorful, but also holds cultural significance, especially during Ramadan, where it's commonly consumed to break the fast. It's a hearty and nourishing soup made with a base of tomatoes, lentils, chickpeas, and often includes meat and various aromatic spices. Here's a basic recipe to prepare harira. Ingredients: 1 cup dried chickpeas, soaked overnight, or canned chickpeas, drained and rinsed. 1 2-cup red lentils. 250 grams lamb or beef, diced, optional. 1 onion, finely chopped 2. 3 cloves of garlic, minced 2 large tomatoes, peeled and chopped, or 1 can of diced tomatoes. 2 tablespoons tomato paste. 1/4 cup chopped fresh parsley. 1/4 cup chopped fresh cilantro. 1/4 cup chopped celery leaves, optional. 1 teaspoon ground ginger. 1 teaspoon ground turmeric. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon. 1 teaspoon ground paprika or sweet paprika. 1/2 teaspoon ground black pepper pinch of saffron threads, optional. 1 tablespoon olive oil salt to taste water or broth, vegetable or meat. approximately 6, 8 cups. Lemon wedges for serving hard-boiled eggs, optional for garnish. Flour, 1, 2 tablespoons, optional for thickening. Instructions: prepare the base. If using dried chickpeas, soak them overnight. Drain and rinse before using. In a large pot, heat olive oil over medium heat. Add chopped onions and sauté until they become translucent. Add meat, optional, and spices. If using meat, add the diced lamb or beef to the pot and cook until browned. Stir in the minced garlic, ground ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, paprika, black pepper, and saffron threads. Cook for a minute until the spices become fragrant. Add tomatoes, tomato paste, and herbs. Add the chopped tomatoes and tomato paste to the pot. Cook until the tomatoes begin to break down and release their juices. Stir in the chopped parsley, cilantro, and celery leaves. Mix well. Add lentils, chickpeas, and liquid. Add the soaked, or canned and rinsed, chickpeas and red lentils to the pot. Pour in approximately 6, 8 cups of water or broth. Adjust based on desired soup consistency. Bring the mixture to a boil. Simmer and season. Reduce the heat to low and let the soup simmer for about 1.5 hours, allowing the flavors to meld and the ingredients to cook thoroughly. Stir occasionally. Adjust consistency and seasoning. If you prefer a thicker soup, you can mix 2 tablespoons of flour with water and add it to the soup, stirring continuously to prevent lumps. Mechoui, slow roasted whole lamb or sheep, seasoned with spices like cumin, paprika, and saffron. Mechoui is a traditional Moroccan dish known for its succulent and tender slow-roasted whole lamb or sheep. It's a celebratory dish often served during special occasions, weddings, festivals, and gatherings. The preparation involves slow cooking the entire animal over an open fire or in a special oven. Here's a basic guide on how to make mechoui. Ingredients: whole lamb or sheep, size according to the number of servings needed. Garlic cloves, sliced olive oil, salt, and pepper to taste, ground cumin ground, paprika ground, coriander ground, ginger ground, cinnamon ground, turmeric ground, black pepper ground, cayenne pepper, optional for spice. Instructions: preparation of the lamb sheep. Clean and pat, dry the whole lamb or sheep. Ensure that it is gutted and cleaned thoroughly. Marinating the meat. Make small incisions or cuts all over the meat using a sharp knife. Rub the surface of the meat, including the inside of the cuts, with olive oil and sliced garlic cloves. Prepare the spice rub. In a bowl, mix together salt, black pepper, ground cumin, paprika, coriander, ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, and cayenne pepper, if using. Adjust the quantities according to your taste preferences. Season the meat. Generously season the entire surface of the lamb sheep with the spice rub, ensuring it covers the meat evenly and gets into the cuts. Let the meat marinate. Ideally, cover the meat and let it marinate in the refrigerator for several hours or overnight. This allows the flavors to penetrate the meat thoroughly. Cooking the mechoui. Traditional mechoui is cooked on a spit or over an open fire. The lamb sheep is slow roasted for several hours until it's tender and succulent. It's important to baste the meat occasionally with its own juices or additional olive oil while cooking to keep it moist. Check for doneness. The cooking time will vary based on the size of the animal and the method of cooking. Use a meat thermometer to ensure the internal temperature reaches a safe level for consumption. The meat should be tender and easily pull apart when done. Rest and serve. Once cooked, let the mechoui rest for a short while before carving. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat. Carve the meat into portions and serve hot. Mechoui is often accompanied by bread, salads, or other side dishes, typical of Moroccan cuisine.